Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We're at part 2 of the Shantae commentary. Now we're actually going to go to the left now.
I thought we were gonna go to the right this time.
No, we're actually going to go to the left first because, well, first I just wanted to show off what exactly is on the left first. There's a term I think TV tropes use. It's called Beefgate.
Oh yeah, where the enemies are too hard so that you won't go that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These Nagas.
Hi, Grand Dragons.
These Nagas are definitely the beefiest enemies at this point in time. They hit hard, and they have that really annoying ripple attack that homes in on Shantae's location if you're far away from it. If you stand up close to the Naga, you should be fine, but at nighttime they take more hits to kill. But if you press on, you reach this ladder, you'll get your first heart container easily, and you're going to need Vanishing Cream for this one.
So how do you activate the Vanishing Cream? Do you press the...
You are supposed to hit up and the attack button.
Oh, like...
But it's very finicky, as you noticed, I was doing some whip attacks for no reason, and then I finally activated it. It's definitely not as smooth as, say, activating a sub-weapon in Castlevania. I don't know why it's like that. Maybe it's because I'm playing this on an emulator instead of on the 3DS eShop. That's for the same convenience.
Another thing Risky's Revenge improved a lot of.
Yeah, you use the R button instead of it.
The Game Boy and Game Boy Color had all of 2 buttons.
Yeah, and that's actually going to be a bit of a problem when late game. Just for the sake of doing a lot of maneuvers at once. And I get it, limitations of the hardware you use, because as Lewis just said, the Game Boy and Game Boy Color only had 2 buttons, and
and they made a Street Fighter version for it.
well, that was the Game Boy Advance, and
no, there was a Game Boy, not even Game Boy Color, just black and white Game Boy Street Fighter. It was a 2-button version of a 6-button fighter.
Oh god.
It was literally just, you had a punch button and you had a kick button.
Jumps are assumed.
Oh, jumps have always been up.
Yeah.
In any case,
now we're running through the Scarecrow Fields, a place that is a bit of annoying, if only because if you continuously run to the right, there is a good chance that you might get blindsided by one of these scarecrows that can just pop in at a moment's notice and intrude on your path. The same goes for these little pygmy things that pop up from the ground. And what I just collected right there was a firefly. I think it's one of 12 that you can collect through this entire adventure. We're going to need all 12.
Oh, that's how many episodes the original series had. Buzzing!
Oh, I never even watched that and I feel terrible.
why is there a bottomless pit in the middle of a cornfield?
Stop asking questions. Is it me, or does night in this game last ridiculously longer than day does?
I'm not sure if it's based off an eternal clock or if it's the amount of steps taken.
Oh,
That might be it. In any case, it looks like you're just running hard to the right and dodging everything in the process.
There's nothing you can do here at the moment.
There's no reason to kill enemies besides health and money, but since I maxed out money from all the damn dancing I did, that's a lot of exercise too. There's no reason for me to fight any enemies.
It's not like a Symphony of the Night where you have XP to gain or whatever.
No, there's no RPG elements in Shantae.
Well, there might be in Pirate's Curse because they've got the little floaty numbers, but...
I guess so, but that just could be for the sake of, hey,
You're doing this much damage.
Castlevania did it. I don't know why Shantae can't do it either.
Little floaty numbers just feel so good, you know?
Especially when they get higher and higher.
Yeah.
Just signifies that you're getting stronger and it just feels good.
Well, sometimes it's
got a
just
little hard
helpful
on saying
for knowing what's stronger and what's weaker.
Now, unfortunately, the thing with Vanishing Cream is that Shantae runs at 60 frames per second, and when you're using the Vanishing Cream, you're blinking a lot. So
we have a Sonic 2 shield situation here where we just can't see it because YouTube's frame rate sucks.
Oh no, you're flickering. Oh, never mind.
You flicker slower when it's about to run out.
Okay.
So we're either going to be seeing Shantae as if she's really visible, or not seeing her at all.
Yeah, it's just you have to assume that I'm invisible. It's like the Vanishing Cream in Rugrats.
Are you invisible right now?
No,
I think it
I'm
ran
not.
out.
No, yeah, I got hit, so
Okay.
I'm not using it right now. And this is a spot where I'm kind of on and off with it. I want to use it, but at the same time I don't, because if you memorize this place, you'll be fine. But again, this is where I'm getting at with the whole leap of faith part. I'm doing this fine. I'm doing this normally because I know what's below me. But on your first time, besides the bushes that you're not sure if you can jump on or not, you don't know what's below you. Like right here. I don't know what's below me. It could be anything. Or a bottomless pit. Like right there. You're going to fall down a lot. If you don't
yeah,
use
I did
guide.
get to this point, and I did get into bottomless pits quite a bit.
Have you guys beaten the original Shantae?
Yep.
No, I have not. Like, I only played about an hour before other stuff, kind of. I just sort of got distracted.
May I just observe that these rock formations are beautifully square?
Did you play the original before or after Rescue's Revenge or something like that?
After. Like, I played the Rescue's Revenge right when it came out.
After, because there's no way I have a Game Boy Color cartridge of this game.
I've seen a physical copy on sale in conventions, and it's always just at those ridiculous prices, and just, eh.
Yeah. That's the only place I've seen one.
Well, you could have gotten a physical copy of the original if you donated like $10,000 to the Half-Genie Hero Kickstarter.
But if you did it solely for that reason, you're a dumbass.
Well, I assume you'd also, if you were thinking, hold on, did anybody donate that much? Now I need to check.
Last I checked, I think the Kickstarter, I think only one person did that. What were you saying, Ryan?
No, just saying, as far as future games go, John's doing this one, Ted's doing the DSi and Pirate's Revenge, and I'm doing the console Half-Genie Hero.
Okay, sounds good
So-
to me.
Well, I'll be doing Risky's Revenge as soon as that Steam port happens. Which,
Oh yeah,
you
it
know,
is getting a Steam release.
Apparently it is. You know, that's falling.
Oh,
off
yeah,
the
yeah,
face
that's
of the
right.
earth.
That's why we need to save the Steam machine.
We will not get our Pirate's Revenge until it happens.
Yeah, only one person got did the 10,000 for the original GBC version.
Hey, look, it's Useless Human.
It's Bolo.
Yeah, Bolo does shit.
So in towns, you can do a number of things. You can save your game by going inside an inn. You can go to a bathhouse to restore your health. And some towns have exclusive stops, such as, what's the name of the first town? I think it's called
Sequin Town.
Sequin Town has the dancing minigame. This town, I don't think, has a minigame of any sort.
No, they also have warp squid huts, which basically once you get four baby squids, you can set up so you can warp there at any time.
Yeah. Warp squids are something you can only get inside a dungeon. I'll be showing where to get all of them, because this is 100% run.
Yay.
So you're getting all the health upgrades, all the everything.
All the health upgrades, all the dance transformations, and all the warp squids, and all the fireflies. But it's been some time since I last recorded this footage, because I don't instantly remember what you get for getting all the fireflies. I just know that they're not all mandatory.
So you need to get some of them to beat the game.
It's a dance, I believe. If I remember correctly, it's a dance that lets you heal up at the cost of gems.
That sounds right. Which is, well, why not even bother? Because I'm buying a lot of vials anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, fireflies are also something you can only get at night, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. Just where
Yeah.
for reasons. I'm bad at
Still
talking.
probably not as annoying as the full moon gates and Legacy of Kain.
Well, what is that like?
Legacy of Kain was an overhead Zelda-style RPG, action RPG that had a day-night system and a moon phase system, and some dungeons could only be accessed during full moons. So if you missed your opportunity to go in there, you'd have to wait a fuck long time to get in again.
Sounds like a Simon's Quest issue as well. Well, so much with trying to get inside a shop at a specific time and waiting
Well,
for the time to change.
in this case, you were actually playing as a vampire, so the day-night system made sense.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't go outside during the day. I assume.
You could, but you'd be significantly weaker. That, and sometimes it would rain, and that would cause you damage, because in the Legacy of Kain universe, water is basically made of acid to vampires.
Well,
the
no,
running water thing.
Oh, running water. Yeah, holy water. They're just not fans of water, I suppose.
Well, speaking of water, we have our first dungeon, the water dungeon.
Yeah, this is
don't
where
worry.
this is where we get a bit into our Zelda here.
Yeah, dungeon crawling at its finest.
Actually, funnily enough, this doesn't make me think Zelda, this makes me think Beyond Oasis.
Hadouken!
Its first dungeon was a water dungeon, too.
Well, at least WayForward knows that nobody likes the water level, so they got it out of the way.
So this is the awesomeness of the pike ball. It two-shots this enemy completely. Because if you try to go after that enemy with just your whip attack, it takes a few, and they have a guard attack, which they can like activate on a frame's notice. But they don't know how to defend against pike balls. Booyah.
How do you tell how many you have left? Because I know you have a limited amount in this game.
You gotta hit the do you see the number next to the vial?
Oh, okay. It's okay. So you've got 10 left now.
Now I got 10 float muffins. Float muffins protect you from bottomless pits.
Oh, so you just jump off.
Yeah,
of that
you
ball.
bounce off of them.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the one
so
thing
fuck
it's
the platforming.
it's one thing that's weird about the design of platforming in bottomless pits inside a dungeon specifically, because as you saw, if you pay attention to the beginning part of the dungeon where you had the water and you had the bottom of the floor visible, it's still a bottomless pit. Shantae sinks right through that. Even though you think you'll get your ankles wet, but no, you'll fall right through it as if it wasn't there at all.
That's kind of visually confusing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
On the subject of visually confusing things, was Shantae just doing a jaunty little dance on the platform back there?
Yes.
Yeah, dancing is how you transform into stuff in this series.
Once you get them.
Yeah, so at the moment we can just do jaunty little dances.
For no reason.
Hey,
Oh,
she
okay.
can dance too if she wants to. She can leave her friends behind.
Well,
Because Bolo's useless.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen her friends? God damn. We got small little passages here. Vases usually contain big chunks of money or big health pickups.
Oh, I'm already missing the monkey upgrade because the monkey can just run under those, and you have to crawl slowly.
Yeah.
Do you get the monkey in this dungeon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The monkey is the first gesture we get.
Monkey.
And of course, keys disappear when you use them once.
You think by 8 dungeons in you'd be able to know how to use a key, but no.
They're made out of very flimsy plastic.
As are the locks.
Just opening the door without breaking the key is a challenge. It's an adventure in itself.
But they never get it right because they always fuck up.
The difficulty rating is twice as high as actually finding the key.
Oh, what does the rare candy do?
The candy?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I think you use it in a few certain rooms to manipulate enemies, but
You mean it doesn't level you up when you eat it?
Oh, it's exit candy. It's an escape rope. Use it to get out of the dungeon real fast. I think I only bought that because there might be... Yeah, because... as we brought up earlier, each dungeon has warp squids. You only need 4 to activate a warp point, but every dungeon has 5 technically. Why? Because there are
there's
reasons.
more warp squid huts than there are temples.
No, the amount of warp squid huts is correspondent to the amount of warp squids there are, but one of them is hidden. And yeah, let's fuck it. Let's jump ahead a bit. There is a town that travels throughout the entire world. It's the zombie town.
The zombie caravan.
Yeah. That jumps around from place to place, but it also has a warp squid hut for some reason.
If you get all the extra ones, you can just warp to that.
Exactly. But in order to get all 5 warp squids inside a dungeon, you need a transformation for that one. And that's where the backtracking of Shantae comes into play, if you're going for 100% anyway. Because, like, I think the warp squid in this dungeon specifically is high up, which you can't get, even with your
Until you
monkey
get, like,
transformation.
the
So you
with,
need,
like,
like,
the
the
spider or
spider
something.
or the harpy. But that's like 3 hours ahead of the game. So, unless you really are a stickler for that sort of thing, I don't see a point. And you really only need to go to the zombie caravan once. Just for the sake of getting to the next dungeon. After that, then it's just a matter of going to the next place and continuing on.
Do you get any bonuses for beating it 100%, or
No.
is it just
No.
Just,
you feel better about yourself at night?
yeah. I 100% of Shantae, and all I got was a lousy t-shirt. And I'm still waiting for WayForward to send me.
That game's not coming out by December, which is the estimated release on the Kickstarter.
No.
What, half-genie hero, or?
Yeah, half-genie hero.
No, that's
It was
not
supposedly supposed to be a 2014 release, but we know that's not going to happen.
happening. No.
Yeah, no, the estimated delivery is October 2014. Ha! Good one, guys.
You make me laugh.
Maybe you can try releasing the game you promised to have last December out.
That'd be great.
Is there any reason why it's taken them that long?
They haven't said it all.
Well, WayForward also works at on 12 games at once, so that might have something to do with it. Like, I think they've also been doing the recently released Adventure Time games too. It's probably just Project Overload, if I had to guess.
Damn it, Ice King, stop delaying our Shantae game.
WayForward, it does a lot of third-party stuff. In fact, that's how they make their money, pretty much. I mean,
Get the key! There we go.
Their original titles... Their original titles are all great and all, but I don't think they make as much money as whatever third-party game they're developing. I mean, you go to make a quick wiki search, look at WayForward's resume, and a lot of it is third-party for cartoons, movies, live-action. Oh no, I'm sorry,
Well,
animated.
the difference is that let's just assume that a typical, let's just for math purposes, a typical third-party game and one of their original stuff sells the same amount of money. They will get, but when they make a licensed game, they're getting paid by that publisher to do it, and I think they also get a percentage of the sales, as opposed to they might get more money off of the sales, but they're also not getting paid by a publisher to do it, so they just make less money overall doing the original stuff. Which, everybody loves when they do, but, they can't just do it all the time.
No.
Is the thing.
But at the very least, if they make an original game that sells well, that all that money is going to them.
Yeah. And, for what it's worth, the licensed stuff they do make tends to at least be a good couple steps above, your typical licensed crap. Not that everything they've made is amazing, because there have been a couple of the licensed WayForward stuff that I've seen, but it at least looks nice and plays well for the most part, from what I can see. Because the sprite work on display here is indicative of what they can do on any platform, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never decry Shantae of its graphics. I mean, for a Game Boy Color game, Shantae looks amazing, and it's animated beautifully.
Can I just say these spinny emblem puzzles look really annoying?
Well, and when you enter the room and you hit the top spinner, it falls off, so you have to replace it, which is why I was doing earlier. But there's also a panel on the wall on the higher level that you have to memorize, and you have to make the spinners match so it can drop the next key.
And then there's the issue of hitting one at a time, and exactly one at a time. Which you can't exactly do reliably because of the way the hair whip works.
Well, the top and bottom ones probably aren't that hard. It's the middle one that's the most important. Not most important, but it's probably the most difficult, I should say.
So, Ted, you said you played only about an hour of it? And then you just
I got, I think it was around the time Shin Megami Tensei 4 came out, and that ate up a lot of my time. I think also the Mighty Switch Force 2 came out around the same time. I was playing a lot of different stuff, so I got distracted a good way through. So, I've been meaning to get farther into it. It's just something I never found the time to finish.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're just doing it for the sake of saying you did it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to ask me what Shantae game you play first, I would say Rescue's Revenge, because there's really no reason to go back to the original game when the other one just does a so much better job. But we got our first transformation, the monkey transformation. Now here's the thing, with transformations, you have to hit the select button first to go into dancing mode, as I was doing it earlier, as Lewis noticed. And then you have to hit the corresponding buttons in the D-pad. In this case, with the monkey transformation, it's down and right. But you also have to time the button press. You just can't mash it. It's not like doing a Hadouken or anything like that. There's a music meter right there on the bottom, but I don't think it makes for good timing. It's just something you get when you time it right. But you have to hit the down and right at specific intervals, and then Shantae will automatically transform into the corresponding transformation.
Right.
The monkey in this case can cling onto walls, pretty much do a wall jump, and can go down tiny.
Can run through those gaps faster.
Yeah.
It looks like a fun mechanic, I'll say that. Do you lose it all in the sequel?
Yeah, basically, they hand wave it by saying she forgot how to do
She
that.
forgot how to do the dances.
Yeah, basically. But I do think that they handle the transformation mechanic there better, because you don't have to do the button pressy thing. Sorry, all you have to do in Risky's Revenge is hold down the button until Shantae is doing a specific dance. Like, when she's swaying her hips one way, I think it's the monkey, and then if she's doing a different dance move, she'll do the elephant, and so on and so forth. I don't remember which dance corresponds to which.
So it's like the equivalent of baseball signals.
Yeah.
So what does the menu tell you? When she's wiggling her ass, she'll turn into an orangutan, or
well, there's
something?
that's one thing about Risky's Revenge is there's only 3 transformations in that one, and this one has a lot more from what I. So there's only 3 dance moves, so it's really not that hard to figure out which one goes or which.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest problem with Shantae in the original game when it comes to transformations is 1, the abundance of them, and 2, memorizing the button sequences, and 3, it's breaks any sort of pace, because now I have to stop and dance for a few seconds to get this corresponding transformation, and I can't help that because I'm spoiled a bit by Symphony of the Night, where transforming into the wolf or a bat was a simple button press. That's all you had to do in Shantae, because you're limited, you only have so many buttons. I get that. You have to stop and waste a few seconds each time to dance.
Hey, she can dance if she wants to.
You've made the joke already.
I know, but I like that song. It's a safety dance.
But this is what we're after in each dungeon.
Rectangles!
Risky stole the steam machine, but she can't use it because it's not powered by the things that it needs to run off, which are pretty much elements.
Water? All you need to run a steam machine is water. Oh, Phantom!
But she doesn't know that. We meet again, but I have no wave beam for this one.
Well, what you need to run a steam machine is water to boil, something to keep the fire burning, so lots and lots of coal.
Fire. Need fire.
Fire helps, yes.
I will say that I love the boss music in this game, and the remix in Risky's Revenge as well.
I like the remix more.
Yeah, well, it's just got a better instrument selection, honestly.
Yeah.
Was that Shantae actually doing a victory dance, or were you just holding the dance button?
I was holding the dance button.
To do a victory dance.
Yeah.